ran into something that's a bit annoying that I will have to figure out. So I managed, with the aluminum piece that I'm trying to use for the pulley replacement, meaning this, I managed to get it faced off on the side. That worked okay. I managed to get this part okay. And then I thought, well, maybe I should drill at least a pilot hole in just to test that feature and functionality before I flip it around. And so I figured, all right, well, I have the tailstock, and I got a bunch of drill chucks that came with the lathe, and I got a bunch of drill bits that came with the lathe that have tapers and things, and I have the center lives and dead centers and such. And I got a new drill chuck that's supposed to go on with the new package that I got from Little Machine Shop. And so I figured, okay, I will just get one of the drill chucks and go from there. So I got this drill chuck out, which has this taper and such, and it goes in and it rattles, and it doesn't go in the whole way. This is the whole way back, like it went back till it stopped. So that's the, that's the end as far as this goes. So if this doesn't fit at that point, then there's a problem. And if I crank this out, which this shaft in there being a bit bent does not make it simple, or something with this end being bent does not make simple, and you can, well, I can see it's that way. So this comes out, so theoretically that should be the best point. Oh, now it actually fits. All right, well, maybe that was the problem. Maybe I had it back too far. So I will try this again. But that made me really worried. It's like, okay, this won't fit. I just had it back too far. That's fine. I can deal with that. So as a follow-up for the rest of the problems that I've figured out so far with the tailstock, just to go in this section. So if I have something installed and it's back the whole way, and when I turn the tailstock, it moves to here, which is 3/8. So this is 3/8 out, or 3/8 from this extension. That's where the motion going backward stops. And then if you keep going, you can see that starts releasing the chuck. And this will go the whole way back to there. So I would have thought that you would have gotten this at the beginning of this stroke. So this is, right there you can barely see the line for the measurement inside here. But at that point, it's still not out far enough for that to engage. If I go out 1/4 inch, it's not enough. If I go out to 3/8 of an inch, that's finally enough. So 3/8 of the travel is taken up by, at least with the current configuration of the inside bits. Again, I don't know what's going on in there yet. So 3/8 of the actual travel is taken up before you get to use any of that distance for the extension. So then you come out, and from 3/8 to there's finally an inch. So theoretically, this would have been 1 inch extension, but isn't, because you have to subtract 3/8. And you come out a little bit more. And then right at 1 1/4, you can see I'm still spinning, but that's stopped. And that's because the rest of this slides out. Now, it has graduations up to 1.5 inches. So from my perspective, if you have something that lists 1.5 inches, you should have 1.5 inches of actual extension, not you can only use from 3/8 to 1.25 inches, which that's not even a full inch, because that would be 1/4 to 1.25 inches. So that's like 7/8. That's not very much when you're trying to go through a aluminum block that's, wider than that. So the aluminum block that I got is 1.5 inches. So if I had actually 1.5 inches of travel, I would have been able to drill the entire way through the aluminum block using this drill. But as it was, I had to go in from both sides, and then you'll see in another video, I had to use the drill press to actually get through. So hopefully someone will comment. I've had lots of good comments so far on lathe videos. Hopefully someone will comment on what might be wrong in here before I take it apart and figure it out. I still suspect that because this is bent and this may or may not be all original, somebody did something they shouldn't have in here, and that's causing this to bind up and not work as expected. But maybe I'm wrong. But it's annoying to lose 3/8 plus 1/4. That's a lot. So I'm losing like half of my travel just because this isn't working as expected. So again, hopefully someone will know what's going on.